Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Psychic Medium Nicole. If you are new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and turn on all notifications so you never miss a video. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your continued support. If you'd like to book a private reading with me or join my private Patreon community, all of the details and links can be found in the description. Please remember, this is a collective reading, so not every reading is going to resonate with you. Tarot is not gender specific. Roles can be reversed. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you see it, it is meant for you. Time frames are based on the current energy and are subject to change based on your free will and the free will of those involved. My readings are centered around truth, healing, and empowerment. If you are in separation from someone, navigating a twin flame connection, or dealing with a third-party dynamic, I encourage you to focus on your own healing and spiritual growth and not wait for the other person to heal, mature, or choose you. If you feel stuck in a connection that is abusive, manipulative, or toxic, please reach out to me via my website. Take what resonates, trust what feels aligned, and leave the rest. Okay, so for today's reading, I'm gonna start with a postcard from Spirit and move into a few affirmations, a few soul lessons, some shadow work, and then I'm going to go into all signs with a postcard from Spirit for the collective. And I've already shuffled the decks and said my prayer and blessed the energy. Holy Spirit, what message do you have for the collective? Oh, we have two. All right, so the first one says, "Dearest you, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. You are stepping into a new version of your life, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and push back when entering any kind of new relationship. It's okay to admit you don't really know what to expect. What you can know is it's time to dive in and allow that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life, which is Spirit. You have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing, and we are so excited to see where this will take you next. We are so proud of you." So yeah, I mean, we just had the summer solstice on June 21st, and so it's bringing in a lot of new energy, new beginnings for so many of us, okay? And so it's time to step into that new version, step into that new level. Okay, and so we got two, so I'm going to read the other one. "Dearest you, we have a secret for you. The more you think you know, the less you actually do. So if you are willing to keep an open mind, you will avoid the narrow confines of the know-it-all and open up to the unlimited potential that can be dissolved only by the curious optimist. Curiosity allows you to discover new things, see the world from a different perspective, and find answers to questions you might not even know you have. Right now, whatever is going on, it's important to know that you are not aware of all the aspects of it you need to see to make an informed choice. You might be projecting a story that isn't totally true. So, moving forward, your mantra could be, I don't know, or that's interesting. as you keep your mind and heart open to new experiences and a richer existence overall. All of us over here want you to be all you can be. We are cheering for you. Can you hear us? Okay, so those are postcards from Spirit. And so we're gonna just kind of put those to the side because we gotta make room. So next I'm gonna just do a few affirmations for everybody and kind of see what affirmations will help you guys at this time. Like I said, I already shuffled, but I like to get a couple on camera. Holy Spirit, what affirmations do you have for the collective? Let's do 3. What affirmations do you have for the collective, Spirit? One more? Okay, we're going to take her. Let me take these back. All right, so the first one, 5, number 5, that can be significant. It says, I have choices. I don't have to be stuck in something that no longer fits. I have choices always. So some of you may be feeling stuck in a situation, but you always have a choice. You always have free will to choose something else, something different, something better, okay? So if you're feeling stuck, Spirit is affirming you have a choice. So you can either stay stuck, or as the postcard said, you can step into a new version, a new level, okay? Number 23, 23 could be significant. Having sympathy and acceptance. I protect Mother Earth and have sympathy and acceptance for all living creatures. So some of you could be into nature or animals, okay? What else am I getting from this? Maybe some of you all need to go outside and just sit with Mother Earth and just take in the energy, the sun, the moon, doing some grounding. Even with this, what is this, a cheetah? I don't know, it's just giving kind of like nature spirits, nature animals, just being one with the wild. Maybe some of you all even want to get a little wild. So that's kind of the energy I'm picking up with that one. And then the final affirmation, change is good. Number 3, 3 may be significant. I am strong enough to give up bad habits. Change is for good, and I have this. Yeah, change is hard, right? Because we often get so comfortable in our habits, our routines. And so I feel like with this season change that just happened, this solstice, the summer coming in, there's a lot of you needing to make some changes, right? Letting go of what no longer aligns, what no longer fits, things that you've outgrown, right? There's some outdated mindsets, there's outdated things, maybe some of you want to change jobs or change up your home or even your look. So again, change is good. So Spirit is supporting that. Again, we have choice. What is it that you want to choose for this next cycle, season, chapter of your life? What does that look like for you? Take some time maybe to go outside, sit with Mother Earth and journal and reflect. What does change look like for you? What does choice, what are you wanting to choose, okay? So those are our affirmations. Now let's get into some soul lessons. What are our souls learning at this time for the collective, Spirit? As a collective, what is our soul awakening to, right? The postcard from Spirit spoke about awakening. You're awakening to something new. Spirit, what is our souls awakening to? What are the souls learning? Peace. A lot of you all are learning how to be at peace with yourself, right? Maybe there's things in your past that stole your peace. So it says, I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. So there were things in your past that was negative, and that could be people, places, and things that were stealing your peace, right? So the soul is learning how to be at peace with self, right? Without the company of others, right? Without the validation of others. Who are you when you're not performing? Who are you when you're not around family or friends or at work, right? You're learning to be at peace. Your nervous system is learning to regulate. Again, you know, as we mature in age, our priorities shift. What's important shifts. You know, like we make different choices, we make better choices, we make changes. And so I feel like a lot of you is leading to more peace in your life, okay? The other soul lesson is honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So having those honest conversations with yourself, I feel like the soul is learning how to be honest, good or bad, right? Good or bad, but having those honest conversations and realizations, and it's very true, right? We cannot expect us in others, right? So being true to yourself, being honest with yourself, and if that means cutting someone off to have that peace, then so be it. That's the stage and phase I feel a lot of you are at, okay? So let's get one more, Spirit. What is the final soul lesson for the collective? All right, Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Absolutely, you know, we all have our own unique path that we're walking. We came into this world to learn and grow and have our own soul's journey and lessons. And so I feel like this speaks to not comparing yourself to another person's journey, right? Because we're all unique. We all have different challenges. We all have different strengths. And so it's like focusing on yourself, right? No longer judging yourself harshly. Having that patience, that empathy, that grace for yourself. But yes, so we have our own path to walk, and I feel like in this season, you are more focused on your path, your journey, your challenges, your strengths, pouring into yourself, okay? So those are some soul lessons that I feel like the collective is going through. And maybe you've been thinking about this for a while, and maybe this is confirmation or validation for a lot of you or some of you of maybe what you've been feeling. And so if you have been feeling this, then you are right on time on your soul's journey, your healing journey. You are in alignment, okay? Thank you, Spirit. And so we are now going to move into some shadow work. What is the shadow work that the collective is collectively working on right now, Spirit? Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? For shadows, their shadows, what needs healing at this time? Balance. What else? What is the collective working? Voice. One more. Shadow for the collective. What are they healing? through. Emotion. All right. Yeah. So here we have balance. I feel like a lot of you are, again, focused on yourself, focused on work-life balance, balance when it comes to emotions, head over heart. I'm picking up, making more wiser choices and decisions, right? It's bringing balance to your body, bringing more peace to your life. No longer overgiving to others, right? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. And so finding balance within yourself. What works for you? What provides an equilibrium, right? Even like reciprocity, I'm picking up. Are your relationships balanced? Are your connections balanced? That's personally, I know, something that I was going through. That was, I feel like, a lesson that I had to learn. It was tough for me because I feel like I was overgiving to people that did not deserve it. They were not worthy. They did not reciprocate, right? So that was essentially throwing me out of balance. And so I'm proud to announce that I have finally mastered that and passed that test, because I feel like all of these are tests, right? The lessons, the shadow work. And so as we grow and evolve, we level up, right? That's what the postcard from Spirit talked about, like those new levels, that greater awareness and awakening. So each time you overcome a challenge, you've leveled up. You've hit a new level on the journey, essentially, And so I feel like a lot of you are working on your balance. And part of that is connected to your voice, right? Speaking up, speaking your truth, right? I feel like in this season, this cycle, this chapter of your life, you're being more vocal about what you like, what you don't like, what you are going to stand for, what you're not going to stand for, your boundaries, communicating your boundaries, right? To keep the balance, to keep the peace, okay? Choosing different, but you're speaking up. And if you're not yet speaking up, this is confirmation for you to speak up. And so you may have some blockages in your throat chakra, right? That you need to clear so that you can speak your truth. And because when we speak our truth, it frees us, okay? And so the more you hold back, the more you create blockages and imbalances within your own self, your own energy field, your own life, okay? So Spirit is saying to speak up, speak your truth, whatever that looks like, to whoever that looks like. That could be a parent, a friend, or a fake friend, any aspect of your life. Where do you need to voice yourself, voice your concerns, voice your frustrations? It's time to speak up. And the last shadow we have is emotion. So I feel like many of you on this journey are processing or will be processing a lot of different emotions. A lot of emotions are coming to the surface, okay, that are wanting healing, that are wanting witnessing, I'm hearing, wanting recognition, right? And it's right in the center, right? Looking at this artwork, right? It's kind of like a heart, right? So right in the heart. And even in this one, this balance, right? There's like this halo around her hands, kind of like Namaste, right? But there's this halo, and so many of you, I feel, could utilize some heart healing, some heart chakra work, right? To open the heart so that maybe you can express, like, so you're not fearful, okay? What else am I picking up? Maybe also some water, like being around water. Water is very therapeutic, very healing, right? All of this emotion, that's a lot of water energy. And so maybe even immersing yourself in water, whether that's an ocean, a pool, a lake, the bathtub, right? Because water is so cleansing and purifying. I feel like maybe some of you cry to yourself, right? There's like these eyes, these eyelashes. I see this face, kind of drowning in emotion. And you're drowning in emotion because you're not speaking your truth, right? It's like this build up. So these are some shadows that I feel like, and everyone's journey is different. I feel like some of you are already in motion with working on these shadows, and then others of you are just getting started. So balance, voice, and emotion. Okay? So those are some shadows that we are working on. And so signs portion, starting with the cardinal signs. And we're going to look at love. Oh, goodness gracious. For my cardinal signs, that's my Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Spirit, what is coming in for my cardinal signs in love? What is the message? What's coming in for my cardinal signs in love? What do they need to know? What does my collective need to know in love? What messages do you have for the cardinal signs in love? One more. It's coming in from my cardinal signs in love. Ooh, it's looking pretty juicy, cardinal signs. So the first card out is Ace of Wands. So a lot of passion, a lot of fire energy with this Ace of Wands. So I feel like new love could be entering in your life. Something that lights your fire, okay? And crossing you is the sun. So again, more fire energy. This summer, I feel like new love is entering your life this summer with this Ace of Wands and the sun energy. So make sure you're getting outside, that you are visible, that you're not in the house. It like kills me. Even myself, I've done it. Like, oh, how am I going to meet my person if I'm inside all the time? So make sure you're getting outside in the sun and that you're visible, and not cooped up all summer. You know, you need to be outside amongst the people in order to meet people. So I feel like you will meet someone new this summer, that maybe you have a lot of chemistry with, because I feel like your love life has kind of been stale with this hangman energy. You kind of just have been waiting. You maybe have felt like you've been in a waiting season. And so I feel as though that will be shifting for you. I feel like you've had a lot of time to think. I feel like, you know, maybe in the winter, in the spring, you know, you gained a new perspective when it came to love and relationships and connections, and kind of like what you're looking for actually. Yeah, I just feel like you're single and ready to mingle. That's the energy that I'm getting, and you're ready to put yourself back out there. I feel like there was a time where you needed to go inward and kind of just pause and be still and heal, right? So I feel like you took some time, like a time out to reflect and just be to yourself. And I feel like now you're ready to be outside. I also have the Three of Wands here. So you could meet up to 3 suitors, three different people that you kind of hit it off with. And maybe it's also saying maybe you're the type of person that you've always just put all of your eggs in one basket and just dated one person at a time. And I don't feel like that's really working. Or maybe you're wanting to change that. Maybe you'll date up to 3 people at a time. Like, keep your options open, something with options. So no longer putting all your eggs in one basket. You're single until you're married, right? So I feel like it's okay to date multiple people so that you can make the best choice possible, right? And I feel like, I don't know, you may be even older. It's like time is ticking. Like, you've given some of your best years to certain people one at a time, and it went nowhere. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, you learn lessons and all of that kind of stuff, and all of that. But I feel like now you're in a season where you're just coming out like more bold, more confident with this sun energy, more fun loving. Like, you just want to have a good time. And so giving yourself permission to maybe date a few people at the same time, like may the best suitor win kind of energy, right? So you could be collaborating, connecting, dating, talking to more than one person at a time, okay? And in the past, right, this Four of Wands, again, maybe you were always just dating one person or in a committed relationship, and it took a lot of your youth, a lot of some of the best years of your life possibly, or this, you know, maybe you were even married. Maybe you were married and you got a divorce, but now you took your time to reflect and go within. You were in your waiting season, healing and doing all that you needed to do, but now you're ready to be outside and connect with others. And so I see you dating more than one person. And in the near future, we have the Lovers. And so with that, I feel like, again, if you're dating a few people, there's going to be one in particular that you really connect with, that you really have synergy with, that you really fall for, and he falls for you as well. So, and it's just, you know, the Lovers is about love, but it's also about alignment, right? So I feel like there's going to be one person in particular that you really feel a connection to and that you have alignment with, okay? And so in order to achieve that, you need options. Cardinal signs, I feel like you are single and ready to mingle, and for you to keep your options open. And there's going to be someone that you really connect with and have a good vibe with. And there's going to just be a lot of chemistry and romance and passion mutually, right? You all both choosing each other. Okay, so that's what I see for my cardinal signs. So that looks beautiful. All right, let's take a look at the mutable signs. Spirit, what messages do you have for my mutable signs in love? And my mutable signs that would be Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Now, I will say, since it's kind of on all signs, I encourage you to check your sun, moon, and rising placements to give yourself like a full picture, a full read, because there may be a message in each of these signs, right? The cards, like if you have maybe a Cancer cardinal sign or a Virgo mutable sign and a Leo fixed sign, right? There's a message in each for you. Okay, Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the mutable signs in love? What's coming into them in love? Okay. Okay, well, we're going to take that one because the way he popped out is the Five of Swords. So right off the bat, you could have been having, you know, Five of Swords for me when it comes to love is someone playing mind games with you, right? There's this crow by his head, and, you know, swords is all about the mind, mental thoughts. And so there just may have been some conflict that you've been going through, mutable signs in love. So let's see with the energy. Spirit, what messages do you have for the mutable signs in love? All right, let's get more of a shuffle. What messages do you have for the mutable signs in love? Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. What messages do you have for the mutable signs in love? What messages do you have for the mutable signs in love? A lot of sword energy. What messages do you have? Okay. All right, mutable signs. So I feel like there's a King of Swords here. Male or female. But this, I'm just, you know, because it's a male on the card, I'm just going to go with that storyline. I feel like there's a man here that you've been dealing with, that you ended a cycle with. This man, this King of Swords, played a lot of mind games with you. Caused you a lot of, I don't know, distress. There was a lot of conflict, a lot of like ego clashing I'm hearing, or like a push-pull dynamic. This King of Swords was very cold, you know. So I have King of Swords, Ace of Swords, Five of Swords, Ten of Swords, a lot of sword energy. So I feel like this King of Swords was like kind of mean or mean-hearted to you. And you closed out a cycle with this world energy. You finally closed out a cycle with this King of Swords, right? The Ten of Swords crowning, there was an ending, right? Two cards of ending, completion, right? This King of Swords could have betrayed you, some type of painful ending, but you laid it to rest. You said, I've had enough. Like, you can just take your mind fuckery and fuck off, okay? And you became clear, right? This is the foundation. This is the root energy, Ace of Swords. You gained some type of mental clarity about this King of Swords that betrayed you and played a lot of mind games. And you chose to close out the cycle. In the past, with the Magician, he could have also been manipulative. He could have been manipulating you in some way, creating some kind of confusion or illusion, right? You see he's doing something with his hand. And, you know, the Magician is very powerful, like mentally, because in order to manifest, you have to use your mind, your mindset. So this King of Swords, I think, was doing something manipulative with energy, projections, projecting something on you, okay? However, there is a silver lining. In the near future, we have the Ten of Cups. So we go from an ending and completion to complete emotional fulfillment. So the moment that you closed out this cycle with this King of Swords that was manipulative, that played mind games and betrayed you, you opened up your energy for the Ten of Cups. And that's what's coming for you, mutable signs, in the near future. A relationship, a family, if you want kids or a family, something that brings you complete emotional happiness and fulfillment. Everything that you've prayed for is coming for you, okay? because you finally ended it with this King of Swords that was cold, that wasn't warm at all to you. Okay, so yeah, mutable signs, and you could be going through this now. Like, there may still be like residual energy, right? Because it's coming out now, but just know that the worst is over, right? The ending, and you're going to go through your healing, and this is what's waiting for you. This 10 of Cups is waiting for you. So give yourself grace, do the necessary healing work, and 10 of Cups, you're going to get the 10 of Cups. Endings to new beginnings. Okay? All right, that's beautiful, mutable signs. That's what you have to look forward to. All right, my loves. Okay, let's look at the fixed signs. My fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Spirit, Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for my fixed signs in love? What messages do you have for my fixed signs in love? It's coming in for me. What's the message for the fixed signs, Holy Spirit? Oh, goodness gracious. It's coming in for my fixed signs in love. What's coming in for my fixed signs in love? What's coming in for my fixed signs in love? Holy Spirit, show me the truth. Ooh, Emperor on the board. Okay, okay. And it came out with the 2 of Cups. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Okay, what else, Spirit? What's coming in? Love for my fixed signs. Okay. Alright, what's coming in love for my fixed signs? One more. Okay. Alright, I'm going to take it. Okay. Fixed signs. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, right? So I feel like a new tangible opportunity or offer is coming your way in love. Something maybe that you've been praying for. So, you know, I remember I was listening to something, maybe it was another reader, and they talked about how having the Ace of Pentacles in a love reading is actually amazing because it's real, it's tangible, it's grounded, right? Because when we think about cups, yes, that's emotions, that's feelings, but that can be fleeting, you know? And so to have the Ace of Pentacles in a love reading, that's something real. So I feel like someone is coming in to offer you a real, grounded, solid, stable offer. Something you've been praying for, and just given to you by the universe, by spirit, right? I feel like my fixed signs, we have an Emperor on the board and a 2 of Cups. So I feel like this man, this person is serious. He's about the business, right? In Emperor status, he is grounded. He is practical. He's ready. He knows what he wants, right? So I can absolutely see this Emperor making a solid offer to you, right? This 2 of Cups energy of partnership. So I feel like fixed signs, you have an Emperor either watching you, on the way, coming in. something you all have both been praying for, right? I feel like there's a lot of synergy, right? Before we can come into union with our person, our divine counterpart, we need to be on the same vibration, right? So I feel like you guys have both maybe been doing the work, and you're going to meet someone that is on the same vibration and frequency as you. You both have been praying for your person. Where is my person? Where is my person? So I feel like this Emperor is coming for you. Ooh, that sounds good. Come for me, honey. Three of Pentacles energy here. Again, well, so this is like collaborative energy. I feel like you all will work well together. And you all may meet under the circumstances of like business or work or something. Again, more Pentacle energy. This Emperor, he could be a businessman. So I feel like you're going to meet him. You're gonna work well together, collaborate together. And in the past, right, we have the Three of Swords. So I feel like both of you, or you, have gone through a lot of heartbreak. I mean, who hasn't at this point in the game? So I feel like you've healed your heart, you've mended your heart, Spirit has healed your heart, and now it's time for you to have a connection that feeds you, I'm hearing, that gives to you, that's healing with this star energy. So that Three of Swords is in the past. And in the near future, I have the Page of Swords and the King of Wands. So King of Wands is a leader. You know, he's not on the level of the Emperor, but that's okay. He's a leader, he's confident, he takes charge, he pursues, right? You want a man that pursues you, not you pursuing them, you calling them first, texting them first. Absolutely not. We don't do that. So if you have attracted an Emperor, that means you are in Empress energy. Even though the Empress didn't come out, and Empresses don't chase, we attract, right? So I feel like you have healed your energy and vibration, and you are starting to attract higher value men, you know, men of substance, men that are healed, soul aligned, purpose driven men. And so whether, I mean, this Emperor, you know, he could shift between King of Wands, Emperor, or this is another masculine, but I just see you connecting with someone that you're very curious about, and that's very curious about you, and you all exploring what this relationship or dynamic, you know, looks like. So I see him pursuing you, okay? And I just see a connection, all because you healed yourself. You took the time to heal this Three of Swords heartbreak energy from the past, from past people. It wasn't just one person. It could have been up to three people that you truly loved and that broke your heart, but you healed. Spirit healed you. God healed you. And now you are attracting high value men that are healthy masculines. There's a huge difference between toxic masculinity and healthy masculinity. And so I feel like you're stepping into a higher version of yourself, and you're able to attract a higher version of masculines. So, okay, yes, fixed signs, that looks really, really beautiful for you, okay? And so, yeah, my loves, if the readings resonated with you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. And if you are interested in learning tarot, how to read tarot for yourself, I teach a 12-week course called The Wisdom of Tarot. All of the details and links can be found in the description. Until next time, I'm sending everyone so much love, light, and healing. Be good to yourselves, keep vibing high, and choosing only the best for yourself. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.